Hey there, welcome back. It's been a little while since we did a video. I've just been working on getting my studio, room and basement, set up a little better. It is a multi-purpose room, so I have to share. So if anything is in the frame, like lights and stuff like that, I'm still working on getting all that set up. I don't know where half of my things are right now, but I thought I would give an update on what I've been working on. Last time, or maybe the time before that, I showed off my new 3D printer, and I spoke about some things that I was planning on doing with it. And I'm proud to announce that my first project is finished. So, one of the things that I want to do is make box or board game inserts for games that could use them. And so I'm lucky enough to have a brother who runs a board game rental business. Check out Maples to Go. He does rentals for the Ottawa, Canada area. So he was nice enough to lend me a couple of games that I could practice on and get some organizers into. So the first one that I completed was this one right here, Bruges, and it has tokens and cards and stuff like that I wanted to get a little more organized and just make a better gameplay experience in general, because it's one thing to have board game inserts and organizers that organize in the box, but it's another to actually have ones that improve the organization of the actual gameplay as well. So I'm going to show off some of the features of this. I'm going to show a before and after of what it looked like before and how I've improved it, and hopefully this will either inspire you guys to go out and figure out your own or get in contact with me, and I will be happy to give you some files so that you can print your own. Alright, let's take a look inside the box. Alright, so we're inside the box, and we've taken the lid off and we've taken the manual and the board out because they just sit on top of all of this. And first thing you'll notice is it's very neat and very organized in here. Before, these cards were free flowing and all the tokens and stuff were just tucked into Ziploc bags. Now the thing I really wanted to do in this game was these. These are little dealer boxes, because the original box comes with these two trays that you stack a stack of cards in each, and that's what you draw from. Now, these are okay. They're a little flimsy, cards kind of fall out of them, but they're a good idea. But I just wanted to improve them a little bit more. So, what I did was I went into my 3D design program, and I wanted something that would first be able to deal the cards from the top, which was actually a little challenging to figure out. And also because a lot of people use card sleeves. Now, these do not really accommodate the card sleeves. They're kind of wedged in there, and the card sleeves actually add a lot of thickness to the cards overall. These would probably be half the size without the card sleeves. So if you're working with two full decks in here, your cards are stacked up above and they tend to topple out. So what I did, you have a bottom pusher, which is just a flat wedge, and I'll just move this out of the way for a second. You take a stack of cards and you put them in the top section like this, and then you put the bottom pusher on, and then boom. It also has these two little tabs on the ends. I don't have an appropriate sized elastic band, unfortunately, at the moment to add, gonna have to get a smaller elastic band for that, but that holds the pusher on, so if you pick up this part, the cards don't fall out like that. So anyways, let's show off how this works. I'll get it. You will require an elastic band if you're going to make this for yourself. Now, there's a small slot here, and there's a part here and a part here so that you can grab onto the cards. Now this works very smoothly, pulling cards out. This took a little while to figure out because the card sleeves actually like to catch on just about anything. I don't know if these are cheaper sleeves or if that's just how sleeves work. I haven't done a lot of work with sleeves in the past. I also wanted it to be able to deal from the top because, I don't know, some people are weird and they don't like bottom dealing. I don't understand either. And also, I wanted, and I did this backwards, because there are different colors of cards, and the card color is represented here. And you're supposed to see the top of the card in this game, so you can decide what you're going for. I wanted the top of the card, the color, to be visible just by looking. So I can see this is a brown one, this is a blue one, this is another brown one, this is a yellow, or a gold maybe. This is a red or an orange, a purple, and they come out very nicely. It took a very long time, many different prototypes to figure out how to get these cards to come out without either sticking or a bunch of cards to come out all at the same time. So really happy with these, and I hope you guys give them a try in the future. So, the next thing we are going to show off, let's stay on the cards. Let's just stack these back up, pull that out, pull these out, a couple extras, make sure they're all going the same way. That to the side is this little card holder. Now, what is special about this in this game is, yes, it looks just like a regular card holder, but depending on how many people are playing in a particular game of Bruges, you divide your deck of cards into 5 different mini decks, and for each extra player beyond 2, you take another one of these mini decks and you put it into your little dealer box. All the way up to, if you're playing 4 people, I think you use them all. I'm not positive, I'm not that familiar with the game. So, this has little subdividers in between that divides this deck into 5 different mini decks. So when you go to set up, you just grab an entire mini deck, and for 2 people, another mini deck, and then you're playing 3, you grab another, and so on. So it just improves the setup just a little bit. Let's get these back in and show off some other features of this set. Okay, set that to the side, and we have tokens next. So this is just a lidded box with a divider in it with tokens in it. So these are just your general, you have your little canals, your threat tokens, all your little meeples, and your dice as well. Now this isn't anything too fancy, it's just something to keep everything self-contained and fit nicely in the box. Has a nice little lid. Set that to the side. Now this is a little bit more fancy. Excuse me for a second. This has a lid, and these are more crucial tokens, I find. So they need to be where they need to be where you think they are, if that makes any sense. So each of these has a cutout designed exactly for that token. So these are your little seals that you put on the board. These are your little player seals that you have in front of you. These are extra victory point tokens. These, everybody gets 3 of these and they do different things. They have a nice little slot here. These are monuments. They have their own slot. And of course, your money, you have your 3 gold in a nice little stack here, and your 1 gold in 2 nice little stacks here. And also, because there are 2 types of meeple in this game, there are the small ones, which represent worker resources, but then there are these larger ones that represent players. I didn't want to mix these together, so they each have their own little spot in the organization system. And then when you're done, you just put everything back in its slot, put the lid on. I think I grabbed the wrong lid. Yes, I grabbed the wrong lid. And you fit it back into the box. And cleanup is quite easy. I've got quite a few things out right now. So, made a mess. But not a big deal because I have this nifty little organizer. Put the lid back on. You might want to get an elastic band just to wrap around these so that they don't fall open when you take them out. These are extra player reference cards. I could have made something, but I was running low on space in the box. So these just go next to this here. See, fits nicely. This goes in here. And this. Put the lid on, maybe an elastic band. Fits in there. And then your dealer boxes, because they are slanted, fit nicely on their sides. And everything is in. Nice and organized. And also there's the first player token, which can just sit. I didn't make something for that. And finally, we're going to close this up, just to show that everything fits. So the instruction manuals and the references and the board. It is a little bit open, unfortunately, because of the tabs on the dealer boxes. But I could not avoid that. But there you go. Perfectly organized, perfectly secure. Give everything a shake, see if anything came out. I may cut that out afterwards. And no, we are perfectly still organized inside. So, I hope you enjoy. I'm very happy to have this completed. I actually exceeded what I expected I'd be able to do with it. And I'm going to keep on working on little projects like this until I have a whole library of them. So, thanks. Have a great day. And this is going back to the rental library so that when people rent this out, it's nice and easy for them to put it away. Box fart.